Hi, Aries. So we're in September. You guys are getting your video right now because when I was looking at all of the views, I was kind of amazed. I don't think that I've ever had so many views on an Aries video as I did in August. So thank you for that. That's really, I'm very humbled and shocked by the whole thing. I adore the Aries personality because there's so much free spirit in it. And I wish that I could be that. Like, I don't know how you guys do it sometimes. Because you can be very on target, very on point, I know what I want in life and I'm going to go get it. But you do it with such a free spirit. It's just, being a Virgo, we have that on point, I know what I want, I'm going to go for it kind of thing. Of course, we have to think about it for a while. But you guys just, do things, just, go and do and be. And I love that. I love that about you guys. So thank you for all the views. Let's see what's going on with you in September. This whole Chiron, Uranus, back and forth, up and down, in and out, retrograde, direct, who even knows anymore how to feel? And I feel like these eclipses that we just had, you guys really recognized what it was that just wasn't working in your life anymore. And if you haven't totally cleared the things out quite yet that you really need to clear out of your life, or bring back the things into your life that you did clear out and now you're kind of like, I'm wondering if I should have maybe thought about that before I cleared it out. Because you can be kind of impulsive sometimes, which is fine. I mean, you guys are ruled by Mars, which is going direct at the end of August in a couple of days on the 27th. So you might have that impulse again to you're going to start wanting to do things pretty rapidly and impulsively. So, but if there are some things that you're kind of recognizing now, Virgo season is very much about planning and very much about putting things in place, writing lists, figuring out what you want to do, and then starting to act on it in Libra season. Virgo is all about making sure that everybody is fed and taken care of. And because you guys are the ones that actually plant the seeds for the harvest, it's almost this succession of, all right, well, let me work with Virgos in a way where I can tell them what was planted and what we lost along the way, and now we can make sure that everybody's fed together. And I kind of feel like that's where you guys are right now, where that planning mode, you're ready to start acting on it. When we get into Libra season towards the end of September, you're really going to want to start acting on it because Libra is a cardinal energy just like you are. You're opposites, right? So wanting to have that oomph, if you will, that push forward, that need to, now I've planned everything out, let's start to act on it, is going to start happening towards the end of September, I feel like, more than the beginning of September. So if you do feel like things are kind of going a little bit slowly, and I had to tell Taurus the same thing, because you guys are both doing the dance of Uranus. It's that back and forth Uranus dance. I had to make sure my cards were up right there for a minute. So I have the Sun. And this is what I mean. Clarity, planning, prosperity, healing, opening your eyes to everything that you have been doing all summer long. And now it's time to get the plans moving. Start setting them in motion. But the beginning of September is like that final lull of what next? What do I do next? Let me plan out what I need to do next, right? And then the Magician. 2 major arcanas. And you are actively manifesting things, actively making things happen, right? And like I said, with the Magician is ruled by Mercury, which is Virgo, which is a lot of analyzing and planning. And you guys are good at that too. It's frustrating because you don't want to go slow. You want to act on things right now. But now is the time to get the clarity for it. And what happens once you get the clarity and you do the planning? That's when the victory happens. That's when you get to celebrate the Six of Wands. That's when you get to be recognized for a job well done, right? And I feel like it is kind of the same energy as Taurus. Of course, you guys aren't staying quiet about what your plans are. Taurus is very much staying quiet about what their plans are. You guys are being very open and honest about what it is that you want. We have the King of Cups and we have the Ten of Cups. And what is it that you want? You want to have that happy home, that happy environment. You want to be able to see that everything that you've been doing is coming out exactly as the way that you wanted it to. Everything that you've been planning, everything that you've been opening yourself up for is now coming into fruition and is showing up as the Ten of Cups. It's showing up as the Six of Wands. And if you're not feeling like that right now, it is still August. We haven't hit September yet. Here you are, King of Wands. See? Everything that you've been planning coming to fruition. And you're doing it in a very confident way. In a very open way, right? So much newness. The journey has just started. And so we have the Fool and the Three of Wands. So if you have a water sign in your life, I feel like you're kind of embarking on new territory, either with this water sign or you're moving away from it in order to find some kind of happiness. But I do feel like they're involved in some way within this new venture that you are going for. Whether it's together or separately, and this doesn't have to be in relationship form. This could be like you're working with somebody who is really helping you build something very stable in your life and very happy. But man, Aries, great cards. I'm almost like, should I clarify? Yes, I'm going to. But the Fool and the Three of Wands really makes me, because the Three of Wands, I'm always saying you want more. It's a feeling of wanting more out of life. And you've been wanting this more out of life for so long. And now there's like that charge behind it. You're just ready to go. You're ready for that start, that new fresh start. And you are the one that's making it happen. And I feel like you are also being recognized for making it happen. So let's see what the Sun card is. What is the clarity? What is the promise? What is the healing aspect of all of this? What is the lesson that you finally learned? The healing aspect, the Star. So you'd be dealing with a Leo or an Aquarius also. But again, it's clear, Aries, that you have been doing a lot of healing. Probably a lot of karmic activity has been happening. Doors are closing and new ones are opening for a reason, because you've been doing the work behind it all. And opening yourself up to the prosperity that the universe has for you. Because once you start to balance those energies out within you, that's when the clarity comes. That's when the sun shows up. That's when all the prosperity is there. Right? And we don't really recognize that we're doing it. You may not have realized all of this time with Chiron and Uranus bouncing back and forth between direct and retrograde and whatever. You know, all of these things that are happening around your sign, excuse me, everything that's happening around your sign, you may not have realized that this is a very healing time for you, a very balancing out of energies for you. So what is the Magician? This is a lot. I'm feeling a lot of Virgo energy here, and that just flew onto the floor. 1 second. I am standing because it's so much more comfortable than the chair that I had. See, and this Virgo energy of planning and making things happen, the great alchemist is with the Chariot. So it's really pushing you forward and helping you to achieve a lot. Everything that you've been planning, it's helping you achieve now. And you're going to start feeling this. I do feel like you're going to start feeling the push to want to move forward as you move into more of Libra season, because Virgo season is, a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, now I have to like analyze everything that I'm doing or plan out everything I'm doing. I don't want to do that, right? Not when you're ready to go, especially since Mars is going direct. Not when you're like ready to start doing this, but I'm urging you to not make the impulse. Don't do the impulse thing that you sometimes like to do. So 6 of Wands, going into victory. You could be traveling also. I feel like with the Chariot, there's a lot of planning that comes into traveling, and you know, it is like Labor Day weekend, the first weekend in September for those in the States. So 6 of Wands is the 6 of Wands. Yeah, after a time of feeling really burdened, and that's your reward. The 10 of Wands on the 6 of Wands, that you don't have to feel burdened anymore. You can actually be recognized. Your efforts can be recognized now. And they will be. I feel like they will be recognized. So let's see who this King of Cups is. King of Cups on the 10 of Cups. Let's do both of them together. Because I do feel like this is somebody that really makes you feel comfortable with who you are. Yeah. There's a lot of love here. Whoever this water sign is, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they don't have to be a water sign. It could just be somebody who's got a lot of emotion, who's very in tuned with the... I always see the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups kind of in the same way. Just different genders, right? It's somebody who's really in tune with the etheric world. Somebody who is very intuitive and open and has a lot of depth. But there is a soulmate quality about this. This person can either be somebody from your past or somebody who is new in your life. But I feel like you're really wanting to be super established with them. You're wanting to settle down. It's like finally settle down. And these could be the planning stages where you're wanting to settle down with this person. And then we have the King of Wands. This could be you, or it could be another fire sign. But I feel like this King of Wands is... see, this is where the impulse comes from. So we have the Devil on the King of Wands. There is a person that has been toxic in your life. Or you could be dealing with a Capricorn also, or just Saturn in general. Saturn and Pluto are still kind of doing their dance within Capricorn right now. And that's where the impulse can kind of be tempting to really just jump forward. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Because you want so much more out of life, and Mars is going direct in Capricorn, and Saturn and Pluto are still in Capricorn, there will be that want and need to be impulsive. And it could be that you want to be impulsive within a relationship or with another person because of the connection that's there. And I don't want to say to be cautious, because I know that you want more out of, I mean, this Three of Wands is really like, you know what, I've been working so hard. I'm ready to have more out of life. I just want to be happy. I just want to be able to move forward. And I want things to be good in my life, right? So there is that very real, I want to be impulsive about what I want in life, right? So let's see what the Fool is. What is this impulsive nature? I guess I just, like, I don't want to warn you away from doing something that makes you feel really good or being with someone that makes you feel really good. But Virgo season, because Virgo season is so much about analyzing things and planning things out and being very logical about stuff. I know logical is not the most fun word to have. I want you to kind of take a step back and make sure that your impulses aren't going to ruin the healing that you've done. That's where I'm going with this. That's what I was going, because you are going to want to just like, I mean, I feel this need to just do. I really want to just go and get done and get things going, right? So the Fool. Yeah. This is exactly what I was saying. So if you are super impulsive about possibly jumping into a relationship or wanting to jump into a relationship, this is what my warning was. The Tower. The impulse buy. The buying the $200 pair of shoes because they're so pretty and I really, really want them. But then you put them on your feet and they're so uncomfortable and they just end up sitting in the top shelf of your closet getting dusty because you impulse bought them and you can't take them back because you put them on once. Right? That's the Tower energy. And I don't want that to happen. I want you to have the Four of Wands in a very stable way. But I feel like with this Devil here, whatever connection you have, it could, and if you were impulsive about this connection, it could backfire. And I love you guys too much to not be a Virgo right now and say, take a step back, look at the big picture, and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay? Because it may just be something that you would regret later, and I don't want you to regret anything. You're going to feel like you want to just kind of jump all and be all in, right? So, Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Eight of Swords. Yeah. I want so much more out of life. And now my dear Virgo friend Betsy's telling me to analyze it. You don't have to be stuck in the Eight of Swords state about what you want for your future and what you want in life. You don't have to be stuck there. Because you, like, even though I'm saying don't be impulsive, you can still take action. Just watch your step. I'm being that, like, motherly figure to you guys, right? You can do whatever the hell you want to do in September. I don't care. I'm just saying that this Devil energy might be a little tempting to jump straight into. And the Devil energy is that temptation. It's lust. It's, you know, kind of like dipping your foot in the pool of darkness for a little bit. And not all darkness is bad. You know, we have to have the dark and the light to even ourselves out. But I don't want you to regret dipping your foot in the pool, right, of darkness. So then we have the Knight of Cups going into October, Five of Swords. I guess this is towards the end of, this is more Libra season, towards the end of September. Two of Swords, High Priestess, Ace of, okay, so this is Aries, this is what I was talking about. Oh my gosh. So if you, let's just say you jumped and you did the impulse buy, right? Now you might be kind of questioning, should I have done that? And now 2 of Swords, you're like, Anne, what did I do? Because I think that it was a shock for you to be so, it's like such a good feeling, such a good feeling. And it is so very tempting. But did you pick up the pieces of everything else? Did you really, really, really think it out? See, now you're being asked to at the end of September. After doing the impulsive thing, after possibly shaking your life up a little bit, after maybe a new person coming into your life and they freaked you out a little bit and you jumped right on in, now you're kind of being asked to pull back and think about it. It's almost like you did it opposite. Because it is what you want. I'm not saying it's not what you want. But now it's like all the swords are showing up. Because first you did the thing and now you're going to think about what you did. Instead of thinking about it first and then doing it. You like flip the switch on me completely. And I'm not saying I'm not saying something bad is going to happen in this relationship. I'm just saying you're to take the right steps. And I kind of feel like you will be very tempted to jump into something without thinking first and then think about it later. Which is okay. I mean, if you want to, then do that. It's just not what I would do. And it is Virgo season. And I'm being extremely, like, protective of you guys right now. I don't want you to end up with your heart broken or just confused, for that matter. I don't want somebody to deceive you or for you to deceive yourself. I just kind of want you to think before you leap. Because this Tower energy kind of freaks me out with the Devil energy. I don't want it to be something that you'll regret later. All right, my lovely Aries. I don't have a lot of announcements because I'm not doing a lot of stuff right now. The fall is going to be a little bit quiet. I'll probably start traveling again towards the end of October, beginning of November, or through, before the holidays start. I might do a couple more workshops. I am going to be in the Midwest. So, probably I'm looking in the St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City areas to do workshops in the fall. So I can stay closer to home, which is Kansas City. So, I love you guys. If you are still interested in the August Soulmate readings, you can get those on Vimeo now. If you click on the description box below this video, you will see where my video on demand for the August playlist is for the Soulmate readings. Or you can still go to my website and order those as well. And they are Soulmate readings by sign. It was just a little extra something that I put some time into. So those are offered now on Vimeo. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you're having a really wonderful end of August and beginning of September. I'll see you guys for the second half of September. Bye.